tell Doc.
Hey, Doc.
Laurence, we've talked about this. I'm trying to watch Breaking Bad. Remember? Boundaries?
You're right, but I really needed to get this off my chest.
Okay, we can take a few minutes.
I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling a couple things, but sad is the first thing that comes to mind. I'm feeling sad that, again, we watched another black man killed on camera. This keeps happening. I'm feeling sad when I talk to my friends and colleagues and seeing how hurt everyone is. I'm feeling sad when I look in the eyes of those closest to me and know that they're hurting. I feel sad that we're in this place that we're in now. I feel sad that we have this president who is waging a war, who's calling for a war on citizens of this country. I feel sad that Ben and Jerry's issued a statement that was more presidential and more in tune with what should be coming from our leaders. I feel sad that it's 8 p.m. and there's a curfew in New York. The last time we had a curfew was in, I think, 1943. And what happened? It was because a cop shot a black man. So I feel sad. I feel like we are living in this weird Orwellian government, and we have police roaming the streets, threatening to have the military come into states. And I'm not ashamed to say that I've definitely cried a little bit over the last couple of days. But Doc, I also feel, to be honest with you, I also feel a little inspired, because I feel like there are two things. You can either feel despair or you can get moving. And it's okay to feel one before the other. But I feel inspired to act. I feel inspired to donate to causes that need to be donated to. I feel inspired to talk to my friends and actually do something. I feel inspired to contribute to fighting back. So even though I am sad, even though I am feeling all these things, I feel a little inspired as well. And I feel inspired in talking to people who look like me, who normally don't show some vulnerability, opening up and realizing that there's no weakness in it, that we can feel these things and actually do something about it. So I'm feeling a little inspired.
Laurence, is there anything else you'd like to talk to me about?
Yeah. So I don't know if you've seen this, but hold on. Let me show you this.
Thank you so much. I really. Lol. Boyfriends of Instagram. Good job, guys. BLM.
So, Doc, there are people going around to all the sites that have been damaged, the stores that have been broken or looted, and they are taking photos outside, photo ops outside for their social media, for the gram, for clout.
I sense a lot of tension in your voice. Why does this make you angry, Laurence? Tell me.
How does this make me feel? This does make me feel angry. It actually makes me feel pissed off. There are things happening here. There are people who are trying to express themselves. There are people who are protesting. There are people who are actually activists. And we know that people are in the streets trying to advocate for equality, trying to advocate for civil rights, trying to advocate for things that already should be happening. And this is not the time to take advantage or use it for a photo op. This is the same thing as the president using tear gas to clear the peaceful protesters outside DC to get a photo op outside a church with a Bible. This woman who is taking a photo outside the T-Mobile that was damaged, or another woman actually pretending to fix a boarded up store with a drill. Doesn't turn the drill on, and just does it just for the photo op. Has her father, I think, take a photo to pretend that she's actually helping. This is one of the problems with social media. This is one of the problems with people chasing fame, chasing clout. It's not only disingenuous, it's disgusting, and it is an insult to every person who is actually on the street trying to do something about change. I'm pissed off. I think it's disgusting. I think it's the ultimate sign of privilege. So what you're really doing is saying, I'm going to use this time to promote myself at someone else's expense. Frankly, I think it's disgusting.
It's always good to talk about the things that make you angry, Laurence. Thank you for sharing that. Is there anything positive, Laurence?
Yeah, there's great positive stuff. A new species of frog was found.
Frogs. And how did that make you feel?
It made me feel joy, to be honest. It made me feel a lot of joy. It means that animals are thriving right now, that Mother Nature is kind of getting it together while we're quarantined. And it also, I don't know if you've seen this, but I'll show you what I mean. Like this frog was found in Costa Rica. Take a look. Take a look at this frog. Who does that frog remind you of? That is a spitting image of Kermit. That is Kermit the Frog. I mean, this just made me feel a lot of joy. That means Kermit is living his best life. He's down in Costa Rica chilling. It also means Kermit's in a little bit of trouble because when I saw this, I also saw a tweet from Miss Piggy who said, I knew his lion ass was down in Costa Rica. Kermit, you have some explaining to do. You have some explaining to do, Kermit.
I'm glad to see that your relationship with puppets is having a positive effect on you, Laurence, but have you actually learned anything this week?
Yes. Okay, I did. I did learn something this week. So Weight Watchers, which apparently is now being called WW, which is a little weird because when I think of WW, the logo, I think of Wonder Woman, but maybe that's because I'm a nerd. But they're rebranding themselves as a holistic kind of like mental health organization as opposed to just weight loss and physical, which would be fine if they didn't just have a Zoom meeting in which they fired their employees in a 3-minute Zoom session. I say that again, Doc, a 3-minute session, they fired their employees.
How many people did they fire?
Well, when asked to comment, WW, as they're being called, declined to answer.
How do you feel about that, Laurence?
It makes me feel messed up, to be honest. I think it's messed up. They rebranded themselves as taking this holistic approach, and then they fire these people and not treat them like human beings. Look, I get it. Firing people happens, layoffs happen. I feel it's a little hypocritical the way in which they did it, though. And in this kind of situation, I err on the side of George Clooney's character in Up in the Air.
What we do here is brutal, and it does leave people devastated, but there is a dignity to the way I do it.
By stabbing him in the chest instead of the back, is that right?
There is a way to let go of people during this time that has dignity.
Don't take this personally, Mr. Bingham.
Shame on you, Anna Kendrick. Shame on you. But you know what I learned this week, Doc? I'll tell you what I learned. I also feel prepared. Because I know that if I get a 3-minute Zoom invite, I am probably getting fired. Fire! Danger, danger. It is never a good thing. That's a lesson I've taken from this, and that's a lesson that everyone should probably take.
Laurence,
Thank you.
we're out of time. Thank you for sharing.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening. I'm Laurence Anthony. This has been All the Feels.